went to the Colts, shut it down, right? And I'm watching, I get my football Sundays on. I'm watching, I'm seeing dudes with custom Caitlin Clark cleats on. I'm like, what? Did those come out? Are those out? What is this? Caitlin Clark shutting it down, man. She has the sports world on smash, and this is just her PE. Imagine when the official CC22s come out. Let's take a look at Caitlin Clark shutting it.
Caitlin Clark's sneaker brand has officially taken hold across multiple sports. Custom cleats with her branding have started showing up throughout NFL games. During a recent Sunday of football, players were spotted wearing Clark-inspired cleats, and NBA players have been seen sporting her shoes during the season as well. She recently attended a Colts game and was treated with the kind of reception typically reserved for star athletes, drawing comparisons to how Peyton Manning was welcomed at Lucas Oil Stadium. While watching football that Sunday, custom Caitlin Clark cleats kept popping up on screen, catching plenty of people off guard.
It down at the Colts game. At the Colts, she looked like she won a Super Bowl ring for him, y'all. That's what it looked like. Let's take a look at this, man. The GOAT, look, she got everybody get field passes. You think KK could have got to the field without Caitlin Clark? Hey, no disrespect. I rock with KK. Michaela Timpson would not have got field access if it wasn't for Caitlin Clark. You see Ari McDonald on the field.
Her influence on the sports world right now is significant, and this is happening before her official signature shoe line has even launched. Once the real branded release comes out, the impact could be even bigger. At the Colts game, the reception she received looked like something typically reserved for a championship-level athlete. Everyone in her group was granted field access, something that likely wouldn't have happened without her presence.
If it wasn't for Caitlin Clark. You see Ari McDonald on the field. Everybody get on the field. When you rolling with Cece, you get red carpet treatment. You get red carpet treatment. Everybody on the field. They damn near let them play in the game, y'all. We even got Natasha Howard down there, and y'all know we wasn't rocking with Natasha Howard this year. Come on, man. Operation Shut Down. This is the GOAT.
Multiple people connected to her, including teammates and other WNBA players, were seen on the field, essentially getting VIP treatment simply by association. It reportedly felt like the whole group was nearly allowed to take part in pre-game activities themselves. Even players who hadn't previously been closely associated with her ended up benefiting from the access that came with being in her circle. The comparisons to legendary athlete-level treatment kept coming. Some likened the scene to when a franchise legend walks into a building.
This is the GOAT. GOAT treatment everywhere. Red carpet treatment everywhere. She got treated like Peyton Manning after he won the bowl for the Colts, y'all. It looked like Larry Bird walked in the building. That's the love, man. I'm telling you. Everybody gets access now. Everybody gets to go down to the field. This is what we talking about, man. All right, now, the Caitlin Clark sneakers that are all over the NBA through preseason.
Everyone seemed to get red carpet access purely because of the connection to her. As for the sneakers already circulating around the NBA and NFL preseason, they've reportedly been extremely difficult to get a hold of. Players like Jose Alvarado of the New Orleans Pelicans have been spotted wearing them, along with several of his teammates. Notably, no other WNBA-affiliated sneaker lines have seen this kind of crossover yet among NBA or NFL athletes.
That are all over the NBA through preseason and all in the NFL games. These are the sneakers we're referring to. Obviously, they was damn near impossible to get your hands on. It was damn near impossible to get your hands on these sneakers. All right. What do we have here? What do we have, y'all? Come on, man. Jose Alvarado of the New Orleans Pelicans in the CCs. Can you imagine? I ain't seen no NBA players in no Angel Reese's. I ain't seen that yet.
Once Nike eventually releases her actual signature shoe, something that arguably should have launched during her rookie season, expectations are that sales could rival, or even surpass, some of the biggest names in sneaker history, potentially outselling even other major athlete lines. trailing only behind the sales records set by Michael Jordan's brand. Reports indicate several Pelicans players wore Clark-branded shoes at Team Media Day, and more players have continued wearing them throughout preseason action. On the football side, Stephon Diggs was seen wearing custom cleats featuring her branding during an NFL game, a crossover that hasn't been seen with other women's basketball shoe lines to this point. This marks new territory, a women's basketball sneaker line gaining traction across other major sports leagues. At this level, hasn't really happened before.
I ain't seen no NBA players in no Angel Reese's. I ain't seen that yet. I'm just saying, hey, don't get mad at me. Don't get mad at me. You don't tell me nothing. I'm gonna tell you something. Jose Alvarado rocking the CCs. Who up? Everybody on the Pelicans damn near rocking the CCs, man. Look at this. Everybody rocking the CCs, the hardest sneakers in the game. When Nike releases her shoes, which her shoes should have been out her rookie year.
While a few other players' shoes have occasionally been worn by men in different sports, nothing has generated this level of crossover interest. If this trend continues, it wouldn't be surprising to eventually see the shoes pop up in other leagues too. Baseball, soccer, wherever. And all of this momentum is building before she's even played her second full season. Once she's competing for MVP-level recognition with her own dedicated signature shoe on the market, the growth could be even more dramatic.
Her rookie year. Her shoes should have been in stores rookie year. Listen, Caitlin Clark is going to have the highest selling sneakers since Michael Jordan. You can book it. She going to sell more than LeBron, damn near more than Kobe. Nobody's going to be selling more sneakers except for Michael Jeffrey Jordan, the GOAT. Two GOATs. Come on, man. You see everybody rocking the sneakers. Here it says, Jose.
One notable detail. Despite the warm reception, Clark reportedly held off on actually wearing a Colts jersey, staying loyal to her known allegiance as a Kansas City Chiefs fan. She reportedly held the jersey for photos out of respect rather than putting it on. Even so, her presence brought a wave of attention and access for everyone around her that day, a clear example of the influence she currently carries.
Everybody rocking the sneakers. Here it says, Jose Alvarado, Jalen McDaniels, and Herbert Jones wore the Caitlin Clark Indiana Fever Kobe 5 Protos at Pelicans Media Day. And there's more players wearing them in preseason games right now. Right now, it's more players wearing them. Then what else happened? What else went down? Come on, man. Come on, look at this. Jose, like look at the sneaks, man. Come on, those so clean, so crispy. The hardest shoes out.
Beyond the personal appearance, the standout storyline remains how quickly NFL players have started adopting her cleats, something that continues to turn heads across both leagues. Several storylines are emerging out of the Indiana Fever's latest game, drawing attention from around the league, including from the New York Liberty. Breanna Stewart spoke candidly about facing the Fever, essentially expressing confusion over how her team keeps losing to them, given that Indiana has dominated the Liberty for most of the season.
For possibly being out the door. Now, I told y'all, if y'all been following my channel since last October, John the Liquidator got on record. I'm going to go back and play the videos, probably another video. Part of the new CBA deal for the players to sign was that Kathy Engelbert had to be relieved of her duties. Now, with that being said, now we got
that success hasn't carried over against Paige Buchers and the Dallas Wings, who appear to have found a formula against the Fever similar to what the Golden State Valkyries have used. The exact reason isn't entirely clear, though it may come down to how head coach Stephanie White structures both the offensive play calling and the defensive schemes, which have struggled to contain certain opponents. While some of her defensive choices make sense strategically, there's a growing argument that at some point a direct conversation needs to happen with Bria January about adjusting an approach that isn't working.
Sophie saying that Kathy might be gone. Why is that? I thought everybody was for Kathy. I thought Kathy did so much great things for the league. Now all of a sudden we have also Adam Silver making Kathy suspend Alyssa Thomas. Everybody forgot about that. But all of this goes back to the CBA agreement. See, the CBA agreement went into effect this year, right? But Kathy was already the commissioner at the start of the season. So what my belief, and this is just my theory.
Separately, reporter Sophie Cunningham has stirred up speculation about WNBA Commissioner Kathy Engelbert potentially being replaced.
This is just my theory. My theory is they're probably going to let Kathy Engelbert finish out the year, then release her from her duties, and they're going to get a new commissioner. Watch what I tell you, because it was already set in stone that they was going to get a new commissioner. That's why Kathy Engelbert been moving funny. She been moving real funny, real funny, man. Now, with all that being said, we got to talk about Breanna Stewart. Then we're going to get into all of the other stories that we have to talk about in this video right here. So, Breanna.
Since the new agreement took effect mid-season while Engelbert was already serving as commissioner, the working theory is that she may be allowed to finish out the year before a transition to new leadership takes place, something apparently understood as settled well before now. On the topic of Stewart specifically, she was asked directly about Indiana's loss to Dallas and what she took away from watching that game. She explained that Dallas has generally played well against Indiana all season and had a strong game plan, crediting their defense for limiting the Fever to single-shot attempts by consistently contesting with a hand in the face and rotating well as a unit.
Breanna Stewart was simply asked about her thoughts when it came to the Indiana Fever losing to the Dallas Wings. Now, this is what a reporter had asked Breanna Stewart. Let me pull it up for you guys real quick. So let's listen to what Breanna Stewart had to say about Caitlin Clark and Indiana Fever.
Did you watch the Wings game last night?
I watched it from like the fourth quarter.
Sure. So from what you watched, what?
She noted the value of having a strong rim protector and emphasized the importance of adjusting defensive coverage, playing tighter on some players, and giving more space to others depending on the matchup. Her overall takeaway was that Dallas's defensive execution, more than anything else, was what slowed the Fever down. Stewart has not been shy in the past about sharing candid opinions regarding Indiana's play.
From like the fourth quarter.
Sure. So from what you watched, what did you see about what the Wings did when it comes to being able to stop the Fever? Like, did that teach you anything about what you guys can do?
He said teach you
I
anything.
think Dallas had obviously a really solid game plan. They've played well against Indy for the whole season, right? Like, they've won the series, Dallas. That's what they said on TV. See, check me. But I think what they did well defensively was they limited them to one shot, you know?
Turning to the commissioner situation, this story is viewed as carrying more weight than it's currently getting credit for. A change in leadership would likely bring a shift in policies and overall direction for the league, with expectations that a new commissioner would bring more discipline and less of the disorganization that has drawn criticism throughout the season. Commentator Patrick Bet-David weighed in after Sophie Cunningham's comments about Engelbert's future went public, discussing a clip in which Cunningham suggested the commissioner position could be open by the end of the year.
But I think what they did well defensively was they limited them to one shot, you know? When the ball went up, they made sure that there was a contest high hand and then went after. A walk had an amazing game, obviously being a huge rim protector. So we need that kind of presence and, you know, knowing that there's different people on the floor and you have to guard them like at different lengths. Some you have to be tight, some you have to be off.
Did you watch the Wings game last night?
She said it was the defense that pretty much did that to the Fever. Now, Breanna Stewart.
In the clip, Cunningham acknowledged Engelbert has done a lot of good for the league, but suggested there's a mismatch between current leadership and where the league is trying to go, ultimately putting the decision back on Adam Silver. Bet-David and his co-host speculated that some of the league's ongoing controversies might be intentional attention-grabbing strategy, given how much discussion certain storylines have generated. The conversation grew more pointed, with commentary mocking specific players' skill level and suggesting, somewhat sarcastically, that the on-court product needs improvement.
She said it was the defense that pretty much did that to the Fever. Now, Breanna Stewart is one that has not shied away from unloading on the Indiana Fever. Now, with that being said, moving on to the next part of the video, we have to talk about this Kathy Engelbert situation. I believe this story is bigger than a lot of people think it is. This is very big for the league because if they get a new commissioner, there's new policies, new everything is going to get reacted. And as of right now, the league that the WNBA players know right now, when this new commissioner come, hopefully they stand on business and it ain't going to be no.
Despite the tone, the hosts expressed respect for Cunningham, describing her as authentic, fair, and grounded in common sense. A separate commentary segment focused on accusations that the league has been suppressing fans who publicly support Cunningham, including reports of fans being told to cover shirts or remove posters at games, raising concerns about potential legal exposure for viewpoint discrimination. One commentator argued that league officials, seemingly reluctant to confront Cunningham directly, have instead redirected frustration toward her supporters.
Now, when this new commissioner come, hopefully they stand on business and it ain't going to be no more of this buffoonery going on that we have been witnessing, man, because it has been a lot of buffoonery. Now, shout out to Patrick Benedavid because he spoke a lot and reacted to what Sophie Cunningham said about Kathy Future in the league. Let's listen to
Sophie
Patrick.
Cunningham hints at WNBA commissioner shakeup as she goes after Kathy Engelbert. I do feel like as a whole that could be a position that's maybe open at the end of the year. What are you talking about?
Told you.
The discussion extended to Caitlin Clark, noting that despite her consistent effort to stay out of broader cultural debates and simply focus on playing, that neutrality hasn't changed how she's treated on the court or led to stronger public defense from league officials, suggesting, in the commentator's view, that speaking up might carry the same consequences as staying silent. The panel discussed whether more athletes might follow Cunningham's lead in speaking out publicly, framing the broader debate as centering on whether women should maintain separate sports spaces, drawing a parallel to historical struggles for women's rights and representation. More coverage on these developing stories is expected soon.